Look at this square. This crack inside of that crack. It's all.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then whenever you do it,
What's the address?
do the rough basic.
Do a two-step.
Right. Do the two-step rough basic.
2090 Rush Grove Road, Rochelle, Illinois 61068.
All right, so who's calling the...
That'd be the motion number. That'd be the motion right there.
2090 Rush Grove Road, Rochelle, Illinois 61068.
Want to split control? I just got to put that side that she already got to set.
I can go there.
On 88, get off of Rochelle at 251.
Take a left up there.
Yeah, you need to be on 251 to get there. 251. Oh, this thing is right off of me.
Arrival at the party, remain standing for the national anthem and invocation.
He's going to take the...
That's right, when the sound doorbell.
Well, I
Very bad. It's okay with these things, Captain. Brooklyn, down to bell. Lieutenant Commander, Chaplain, driving.
I'm standing here.
Correct. And you're gonna do the about face. So you stand there, your feet looking down. And when they say look up, then you're gonna do about face, and then you're gonna be this way until we run through the entire ceremony. Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm Commander Mark Atkinson, your Master of Ceremonies. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to Robert's Armory, Rochelle, Illinois. We greatly appreciate your presence and participation in this time-honored daily tradition where Commander Papke, Nurse Corps, USN, retired with over 36 years of service to our country. Commander Papke wants you to know how much your presence means to her and her family. Thank you for your attendance. Some have traveled great distances to be here today, and it is truly wonderful that so many could make it to today's ceremony. For our guests who have not served in the military before, we invite you to share with us as we celebrate our deep sense of pride in these traditions. Boatman's mate, toast the side boys.
Side boys, good.
Please rise and remain standing if you are able for the arrival of the official party, and remain standing for the national anthem and invocation. Bosun mate, ring 4 bells. Captain, Nurse Corps, arriving. Bosun mates, ring 2 bells. Chaplain, Lieutenant Commander, arriving. Bosun mate, ring 4 bells. Commander, Nurse Corps, arriving. Bosun's mate, retire the side boys.
Side boy. Up.
Color guard, host the colors. Our national anthem will now be performed by the Rochelle Township High School Midnight Voices Vocal Jazz Ensemble.
Color guard. Present. Armory. Right wheel. Park.
Thank you, Midnight Voices. The invocation will now be delivered by Lieutenant Commander Paul Guzman, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy. Let us pray.
We gather here today to ask for your blessing on this solemn day. As we bid farewell to the members that previously entered retirement. You, Father, have allowed Commander Papke to give some of the best years of her life in the service of this great country. We invoke your divine blessing, Heavenly Father, upon all present here today as we celebrate the retirement of In humble awareness of our great deeds, we look always to you, O Lord, that everything we do may begin with your help, continue with your gracious assistance, and in you come to a holy end. Send your divine blessing upon all our military men and women, especially those deployed at this moment in harm's way. Let all our words and actions this day and every day be for your greater glory. You live and reign forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Commander Guzman. Will all guests please be seated? Today we will witness the honorable retirement of a Navy Nurse Corps officer who has stood the watch for 36 years. The retirement ceremony is the nation's expression of appreciation for a job well done, an official recognition of a long, faithful, and honorable service. We also honor her family for their support, dedication, and resiliency. Her family's support made her service possible. We gratefully honor them and offer our best as they begin a new chapter in life. The retirement ceremony itself has changed over the years as the Navy has evolved from predominantly seagoing commands to both sea and shore-based commands. Tradition has it that the commanding officer would say a few words about the shipmate, and fellow shipmates would then provide parting gifts. Retiring shipmates make closing comments and then request permission to go ashore. A boatswain mate would pipe the sailor and their family ashore, culminating their distinguished service to our country. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Captain Teresa Gully, Nurse Corps, United States Navy. Her full bio can be found in the program. Please help me welcome Captain Gully.
But never too late to celebrate the 36 years of dedicated service. Commander Papke, I am so glad that you chose to do this. What a lovely venue. Yeah. I need to talk both directions here. So, Commander Papke, today, this is your day. Everyone is here. All the plans are done. Take a deep breath and enjoy. This is your day, our time to celebrate you. So, I've known Commander Papke for many years. I was honestly trying to remember when, but my memory does not serve me that well. It has been a long time. We both have been in over 30 years, and the majority we've been together, especially since officers. So, it's been a great time. I know her in 3 different ways. The first way is within the Navy family. So the Navy family is one that, if you've not been around military, is very unique. It's a bond that cannot be explained unless you're in that bond. We can go years without seeing each other, and as soon as you do, pick up right where you left off. Your Navy family will do anything for you. You'll go wherever, and you may not know anyone, but you're in the Navy family. You are welcome and accepted instantly. It is an amazing, amazing feeling, the Navy family. The second way that I know her and connect is being a fellow Mustang. So a Mustang, is an officer who started as enlisted. So we were enlisted, we joined, we served as enlisted, and then got our commission. And that's exactly what Commander Papke did. Serving as a corpsman, and then as a nurse corps. The respect that you gain by having both is immeasurable. You've been there. You've been in those shoes and being enlisted and officer. Congratulations. The third way that I connect and know is Commander Papke. And this is, we are a private video, so I am welcome to say this, is that we are sisters in Christ. And that is something that we can't, again, compare. career warrior. And my family has been a benefit of that, and I'm sure many of you have as well, being that connection. So that again, that bond is beyond measure. So thank you so much for inviting me to speak on your behalf today, because it's all about you. So in your service, thank you. So when we speak about her service, page 2. Okay, I'll go for a minute. Okay, so page 2. So Navy, we have our values. So all of the Navy out here, my enlisted, yell out, what are our 3 core values?
Honor, courage, and commitment.
Absolutely, honor, courage, and commitment. And Mary Beth Papke exemplifies those 3 to a T. An honor, when she joined again as enlisted, raised her hand to join and to serve. And to be an honor means doing the right thing when nobody's looking. And that's Mary Beth. In her heart, she knows the right thing to do, and she will do it. Second, courage. All of you that are here, I'm sure, know Mary Beth's battles that she's fought. And courage, fighting breast cancer, there's no greater courage. Again, you exemplify. Commitment, the commitment she served, again, raising her hand, 36 years. That is hard to believe when you look back and you think 36 years. Longer than you were in school, longer than you were anything else. You've been in the Navy. Navy is your life. You're committed. Weekend after weekend, 2 weeks after 2 weeks, deployments, stepping away, missing those other commitments that you had to, whether it was church, family, friends. She was following her commitment to her country. So again, well done. So, you're in a long line of distinguished people who have served in the Navy. In 1963, John F. Kennedy gave a speech at Annapolis Naval Academy. He said, I can imagine no more rewarding a career, and any man or woman who may be asked in this century what he did to make his life worthwhile, I think I can respond with a good deal of pride and satisfaction. I served in the United States Navy. Commander Papke, you should also have great pride and satisfaction in saying, I served in the United States Navy. Well done. Fair winds and following seas, my shipmates.
Thank you, Captain Gully. It is now my pleasure to present to you Commander Papke, Nurse Corps, United States Navy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Everybody knows about the pandemic, and I had retired when the pandemic happened, so the Reserve Center said, no retirement ceremonies, and then they said, well, about a year later you can have one, but only 20 people with masks on. So I went to sit down and write this speech so many times since I knew I was going to do this ceremony, and I thought I'm just going to talk from the heart, and what it means for Captain Gully to do that speech about me. And I said I wasn't going to tear up, but here it goes. So why you have with all your sailor shipmates is, you can't even describe it, it's just super special. And to thank your family and friends is really why I wanted to do today. So thank you for everybody that came out and joined us today. And it is really my honor to serve my country as long as I was been able to. My son Bryce, that you can touch. So all of you who know me know that my Irish grandma always said I had to get the cab. So I'm going to pull the cab right now and just get to a point. I have a lovely poem by shipmate Commander Patricia Steiner, retired last month rather. She was an Navy optometrist. She'd been on like 42 humanitarian her, and this is just beautiful. A Navy poem, and it's anonymous. No one knows who wrote it. Incredible. I joined the Navy. Why? I don't know. I served my time with honor and pride. For this young girl, it was a great ride. I went places I'd never dreamed. Time went so fast, or so it seemed. I met people I'll never forget, while with some I wish I'd never met. But as I think back on those days gone by, my shipmates, brings a tear to my eye. I didn't know it then, never gave it a thought. But my time in the Navy could not have been bought. I guess we all feel the same after we're out. The pride we feel, that's what it's all about. Having served our nation, keeping it free, protecting our way of life, our liberty, and the friends I made along the way. Would I do it again? Any day. To all my shipmates, anchors away.
Thank you, Commander Papke. Bosun's mate, post the flag detail and man the bell.
Flag detail. Whoa.
Please welcome Commander Sean Miner, Nurse Corps retired, to the podium for the presentation of Old Glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony you are about to witness honors our nation's most cherished symbol of freedom, the Stars and Stripes. The flag will ceremoniously be passed from one sailor to the next in the honor guard formation. The tradition of this ceremony involves service members representing each rank that the retiree has once held. Commander Papke entered the Navy as an E3 seaman, advancing to E6, Hospital Foreman, Petty Officer, First Class, before being commissioned as an ensign. A portion of these ranks will be represented today. The flag used today was flown over our nation's capital on May 30th, 2021. This date was the official retirement date of Commander Papke, as well as her birthday. The flag was a special gift from her shipmate, Captain Jacqueline Cathy and Captain Mary Ellen Oak Wetmore. I, in the flag of the United States of America, my name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher. My colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Aragon Forest, Enzio, Rome, Pearl Harbor, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Persian Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, and a score of other places long forgotten by all those who were there with me. I was there. I was there after the attack on September 11th. I quickly restood my ground on top of the rubble, the World Trade Center, reestablished my position, draped over the smoking ruins of the Pentagon. I led my sailors, airmen, and Marines. I followed them, watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired, but my Marines and sailors cheered me, and I was proud. They have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled in the streets of countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of own country. When it is by those whom I have served with in battle, it hurts, but I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped upon earth from my vantage point on the moon. I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness to all America's finest hours. My finest hour comes when I am torn and stripped to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades in the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my sailors and Marines. When I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving family member at the graveside of their fallen son or daughter, sister, brother, husband, or wife. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God. Long may I wave. Wilson, relieve the flag detail.
Flag detail. Up, hey. Forward, back.
Thank you, Commander Miner, and the honor flag detail. Okay, Captain Gully is going to present letters of appreciation to Commander Papke's children, Bryce, Dylan, Gwendolyn, and Troy, and to Mark Papke. I'm going to read one of these citations. Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. To Bryce, Dylan, Gwendolyn, Troy, and Mark. With the authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express the grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to you for your unselfish, faithful, and dedicated assistance during the naval service of Mary Beth Papke. Your unfailing support and understanding have helped immeasurably to make possible Mary Beth's decision to continue and now retire from a successful naval career. Given this 6th day of May, signed Captain Paul T. Enigstad, Commanding Officer, Navy Reserve Center, Great Lakes. So Commander Papke has an honorable mention here. Will Heather Linehan, Laura Glazer, and Ralph Elgett please come forward? Commander Papke fondly refers to them as mi tres amigos. She wants to thank you for a lifetime of love, friendship, and just being there for her. And yes, sometimes shenanigans. When I finish reading this certificate of retirement, Captain Gully will present it to Commander Papke. All uniform personnel, please stand. Certificate of retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents, greeting. Commander, Nurse Corps Mary Beth Papke, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Navy on this 30th day of May, 2021. Signed, Vice Admiral John B. Noel, Jr., Chief of Naval Personnel. Please be seated. MA2 Stephanie Chisholm will now recite the watch. Bosun's mate, man the bell.
Aye, mates. For 36 years, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen burrowing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times, she would cast an eye ashore and see her family, standing there, needing their guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times, but she still stood the watch. She stood the watch for 36 years. She stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly and in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today, we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands with you. Relieved by those who have trained, guided, and led. Shipmate, you stand relieved, we have the watch. Boatswain, post aside boys and stand by to fight beside. Shipmates going to shore.
What's made eye? Side boys, up, stand, just. Hook.
Thank you, MA2 Chisholm. Will the guests please rise for the benediction and the departure of our newest retiree and her family. Lieutenant Commander Guzman will now provide the benediction.
Let us pray. Bless us, O Lord, before we go our separate ways. Let Commander Papke's family and friends look with pride and satisfaction upon her years of faithful service in support of the freedom and defense of this great nation, both in war and in peace. As we congratulate and thank Commander Papke, we look to you, Heavenly Father, that she and all those who serve may inspire us to likewise give heroically of ourselves for this great land, the United States of America, that you, in your goodness and love, have bestowed upon us. Remember, Lord, in your mercy, all who have paid the ultimate price with their lives for our freedom. Give them, we ask you, eternal refreshment, life, and peace. Bless Commander Papke's family and every family with abundant gifts of faith, hope, and love. And we ask this in your great name. Amen.
Commander Papke, stand by. Commander Papke will now request permission to go ashore.
Permission granted.
Bosun main, ring 4 bells. Commander, United States Navy, Nurse Corps, retired, departing. Commander Papke's family will now join her at the podium. Bosun's main, sound 4 bells. Navy family, departing. Bosun main, strike 4 bells. Captain, Nurse Corps, United States Navy, departing. Bosun main, strike 2 bells. Lieutenant Commander, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, departing. Navy band, anchors away, please. And now a happy birthday song for Chuck Roberts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of the Surgeon General of the Navy and the United States Navy, we thank you for witnessing this time-honored tradition. Commander Papke and her family request the pleasure of your company for a reception immediately following this ceremony. There will be a receiving line where you can offer your congratulations to Commander Papke. For those in uniform, you may change into civilian attire for the reception, as uniforms are not required. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the United States of America! Okay, everybody, before we eat, there will be a presentation for the POW MIA table. So please join us over in the tented area and wait for the POW MIA ceremony. Thank you.